let's start. I started getting an alphabet D. I will give few more seconds, rest of them answer it. Meantime, let me watch YouTube. People on YouTube, you can leave your answers. Let me check your chat messages. Okay. Seems a small question. I see answers coming up faster. So let's start this question discussion on your understanding process. It's a very simple question, straight question. And I'm going to ask you help here. Who is being targeted in this question? Who is the person? Definitely. Yeah. Project manager. Very good. Any keywords I have to be careful on this question while reading?
Business case, incomplete information.
Incomplete information. Okay. Okay.
And
What
tense
else?
reviewing. Tense.
What
What
next?
What to do next?
Tense of the project. It is what should future of the action by the project manager.
So tense should be watched. What is the tense here? Past, present, future.
Present
Present
reviewing.
Present it is missing.
Okay. What is the intensity of the problem? Is it a showstopper? What kind of intensity? Intensity means if this is not solved, will it impact?
Business case.
It is not that significant, but required information.
It is not a showstopper. Can I say like that?
Yes.
Intensity is, I'm
Low.
hearing that low or moderate. Low?
Medium.
Medium. Okay. When you have an incomplete business case, what is a business case, first of all? What is a business case?
Can be
In a-
anything. Proposal.
Of the
It can be a
project.
proposal or a product information.
Does it give an idea why we do this business? Will it explain why?
Yes.
Will it explain why or will it explain what? Which one it will do?
Business
What?
case tells the information what we are going to do.
Okay.
What
Will
it
it?
is.
Why?
And sometimes why are we doing also in some scenario. If we do not do, what happens? Maybe in that context, why also might be in scope.
Okay. If I give a number for it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Which are the numbers used in the business case?
1.
1, 2. Okay. Whether do we talk how we do the
Three.
work?
Yeah. 3.
3 also there. Okay.
Yeah.
Do we talk who will do the work?
No, business case doesn't identify who. It comes
Okay.
later.
Okay. Do we talk how elaborately in a business case?
No.
Okay,
It
let's
comes
talk
later.
about yesterday in the class I was talking about the bullet train. Bullet train India. Do you think bullet train in India needs a business case? before they get the approval of budget of, let's say, 2 billion.
Yes,
2
yes,
billion
it's required.
business case needed. In
Yes.
business case, what will they put how they will implement or why they need bullet train? What
How
does a
they implement? How they implement? They will prepare end-to-end document for that, phase by phase.
ah, okay. So now, if I don't have, let's go by this. If I don't have why we need a bullet train, it's not clear for me. What is needed in the bullet train is not clear for me. How I'm going to implement bullet train is also not clear for me. Now, when I don't have this three item, just as you all said, these three are important. Do you still think the intensity is low?
No.
Mm-hmm. Which means the main purpose of the project manager, newly appointed project manager, is reviewing the documents and you realize it. What you realize? The business case contains incomplete information. Now, why I'm taking time to explain this is, when you read this question, the intensity level you understand better, your answers can get better. Your whole purpose is analyzing the business case, and the business case looks incomplete. What portion is incomplete? That is not clear here. So it's pretty tough to tell which portion is incomplete. But an incomplete business case is a problem or could be a problem in a project. That's the first thing. Because if an incomplete business case is approved and the project is started, after 40% of the project, the team doesn't know why we are doing this or what is the benefit out of this. No clarity. But Shri, where should I read it? Or what is the question is expecting from me? Now comes there is something called PMI mindset. Have you heard this term PMI mindset?
आप इधर आ जाओ बेटा, मम्मा टर्न कर जाती है.
Uh-huh. So it's a PMI mindset. What is PMI mindset? What they want from you is, are you aware of what is called business case? Are you aware of benefit analysis? Are you aware of how a project is chosen or what is the involvement of the project manager? Now, in the books, which domain you can learn this? In PMP exam, you have three domains. One is the people. What is the other domain?
Process.
Process.
What is the other domain?
Business
Business
environment.
Business environment. Now, just by looking at these names, can you let me know which environment will cover business case?
Process.
Mm-hmm.
Process.
Business environment.
Even though process can explain something, this area explains a lot.
Correct.
Yeah. Even though process is like, I'm not denying that. People also will have some involvement, but this person is a very important person. So as per the PMI mindset, they want to know, are you aware of this? If you open your exam content outline, do you all have the PDF copy of exam content outline? If you open exam content outline, if you scroll down, the third domain is business environment, for which there could be 4 bullet points. In this 4 bullet points, some lines will be explained. This is what I expect in exam hall. What they mean by that is, when I ask this kind of question, we assume that you read this domain properly. They don't really care where you read it from a Rita book, where you read from Google, where you read from PMBOK. They don't care. For them, under this exam content outline, which we call as ECO, we will target in this area certain questions. Can you answer it? That's what they want. If you are a smart person, by now you should have printed the paper called ECO and you should know what is under people, what is under process, what is under business environment. Now, if you open the book of Rita, PMBOK, Google, anywhere you get the data. That's a smart approach. Now, one more question. The question looks very small, but still it is not a low intensity. I would say middle and above intensity level. I can't call low. But Shri, by understanding low and high, what is a big deal here? Maybe not a big deal, but we have to understand the question better. One of the important thing I ask you while reading the question is read the last line carefully. Anything interesting in this question? Last line.
Yes.
What is that?
What is the next step? What is the next step that manager has to do?
There you go. The question is what is next? So, as a human being, when I read this question, I understood business case to be analyzed and it is in an incomplete state. Many of us, what we do here is through one question, we will try solving the whole project problem. There is one mentality with some people. When they read one line through which they want to give a profit for the project, revenue for the project, resolve the problem of the project, PMI don't want that. You don't want to become a hero with one question. Don't do that. What is next step? That's it. One step forward. What to do? You have to read the last line also carefully. Even though we know there is a problem, that doesn't mean you will solve the every line of the problem in the project in one question. No. What is next step? Where you keep your next step. Now, when you know the problem statement, when you know that there is what is next, I'm sure your brain already started processing because you have amazing brain. Now, let us go by elimination technique. So, which answers goes away straight away by some negative words or unknown or unwanted words? Give me some
B.
answers.
B. Because sponsor is not responsible to update. Even
Very
if it
good.
is available, not
Very
available.
good. Project sponsor to update the business case. But do you think project sponsor also can involve if needed? Isn't
He
it?
can suggest, he can be
Yes.
consulted person, but he is not responsible to update the details.
Don't throw the ball on his court. Is it something you're throwing the ball on his court? Hey, you update. That we cannot do.
Yes.
Rightly,
Wherever we need some inputs from them, customer side, yes, definitely we can involve them.
definitely we can involve them. People part, I can involve them. Stakeholder management. But
Exactly.
don't throw the ball on them and say that no, you update. That you cannot do. Okay.
Correct.
So this is a negative terminology. Or I will say it's not a PMI mindset. It is not a PMI mindset. This is don't throw the ball on other side. Okay, what is the other one? Goes out.
Yeah, process change request.
Process a
Because
change request. Why?
because his identified information is missing, whether he
Right.
should get the information before raising the request. Because
Ah,
request might have timelines and valid reasons are there before raising the request.
okay, okay, okay. Nice point. Any other thoughts related to change request? What we change? Usually change request runs on what?
Scope change, schedule change, or any.
Okay. Do we run a
Mhm.
change on project plans, whatever you made?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Now, it is bit early for us to talk about change request.
Right. It should
May-
get certain approvals also.
Yeah, because we are still in the business case study. Maybe somebody can argue with me, no, Shri, when the business case is happening, parallelly, my team started doing some planning also. Okay. But whatever it is, process a change request is bit far than where we are today. Okay. So it's a bit vague. It doesn't give the actual outcome what we want. The next will not happen here. Okay, A goes away. So now A and B pulled out, there is a competition between two things here now. This is how exam really happens. The competition is between two guys. One is update the business case, other one is determine the what information is needed. In this, your brain has a instinct. Your brain has a better understanding, provided either you read the books properly or in your corporate already you are following this. Either way, you get the answer now. Now I saw many went with the answer D. So let me ask someone. Maybe I will ask. I see Kapila name there. Kapila, you want to comment why you thought D is a good answer for you?
Yeah. So, Shri, because it is mentioned that the information is incomplete, we would first like to know what is the information which is pending, and maybe then we can out of these two. So first we need to evaluate what is the information which is incomplete or needed, and then maybe we can update the business case.
Okay. Okay, I buy your idea. But shall I put the burden on the manager? You update the business case. Instead of a D, can I push the burden on the manager straight away update the business case? Will that be a better choice also? What is your
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I get your point. Let me listen to one more person. Thanks, Kapila, for that. Let me listen to one more person if anyone want to talk. Rishikesh, you want to say something about D?
I mean, for me, it was the most probable answer because the immediate ask is being asked here. Like, what project manager do next? If you compare that with C, B, or A, I mean, like, we already eliminated A and B here, but if you just compare that with C, update the business case when you are a newly appointed project manager, and if you plan to update the business case, then you obviously have to find some information before updating that, right? And finding that information shall be the next step rather than just updating the case.
Okay. Okay, then let me extend this question a little more. Okay, the next is determining what information is needed. It's not only for Rishikesh, everyone here I'm asking. When you say determine, do the project manager individually take this effort to do this determination and updating?
No, it's a teamwork only.
No.
Teamwork.
Yes.
When you say teamwork, nice, well said. I like that. Teamwork. Very good. Let's go by that. So determining. So you are going to do something called a team effort. Now, when I say team effort, should I involve the core engineers who is working in the project? Do we call them as a team? Who can be a team here? Just an
So
open question.
basically,
Can be
whenever
from planning, can be
any
from
project
supply
is
chain.
initiated, technically we will form a team. The project resources will be there. So there is a project team is aligned to the every project. So if the information is related to the some statistical financial information is missing, members, then we will reach out to the PMO team and we will make sure that to validate it.
Okay. PMO team. I'm hearing the wordings. PMO team. Okay, possibly. I can also talk to my steering committee, possibly needed. I can also talk to the sponsor. Sponsor is part of my team, isn't it?
Yes.
In this scenario.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it? I can talk to some people, I call them as a key stakeholder.
Stakeholders, yeah. Just
Isn't
about
it?
to say that, yes.
Yeah. So how do I determine this history? I can extend this question further. There is something called stakeholder management.
Engage.
Management and engagement strategy. If you read this chapter, you already know who is the important or unimportant stakeholders at this point of time, isn't it? There are stakeholders who you have a high power. You remember the high power? High
Yes.
power, low power, yeah, high interest, low interest. Now, if I know there's people, their involvement, now I know the some people who is involved, uninvolved, all these parameters. Okay, what I'm trying to do with this question is, when I read a question, I am not reading a question, just me clear out of all the stuff. I am not reading a question just to say how to solve the business case. When I was reading the question, PMI really want to see is your brain processing in the right way. Because this is a newly appointed project manager, you may not have all the information about the company or about the project. And you realize something is incomplete. You may be wrong also, isn't it? You may be wrong also. For that reason only you are determining. When you determine, you come to know, okay, we can live without this information also. Is this possible? Because a manager says something is missing doesn't mean it's missing. When you only determine and you prove with a document, yeah, it is missing. But for this, I cannot work on my own. So I'm hearing some team members can help me. Who is the team members? For example, we said PMO, we said sponsor, we said key stakeholders. You may bring some other names. But for this, a PMI gives something called stakeholder management. Shri, stakeholder management alone will help me? No, I should have something called communication management, isn't it? If this business case analysis is not properly done, I should see this as a risk in the project. Is it a risk in the project?
Yes.
A risk? Yeah, could be a risk, right, in future. But Shri, why we are trying to put every concept of project management in one question? That's a valuable question if you ask me that. However, I will say that when PMI gives 180 questions, believe me, huge percentage of questions are not coming only from one chapter. It's a combination of questions. Let's forget PMP exam for a while. If you go to corporate job Monday morning or Tuesday morning, when an incident comes towards you, do you think it comes from only one particular area? When a person comes and report you, something is not working. Will you think that, okay, this is not working, so it is only risk management? I don't think so,
No,
right?
no,
You
I
have
don't.
you have to think for stakeholder whom to talk. You have to think about communication, what to do. You have to think what will happen on the schedule. Immediately go to your desk, you talk, typing email, guys. Look like this deliverable will be delayed. I need more time. And your senior manager asks, hey, Ramesh is resigned the job. He may move out of the company in 1 month. Do you have an alternative plan for it? Then you will tell, oh my God, this morning I heard the deliverable is delayed. Ramesh is also going out. What will happen? Look at the way. One deliverable delay will attract many areas in the project. PMI shows this as a question in an exam hall. If you already do this in your job day to day, question paper will be easy for you. If you are newly learning it, still it will be easy provided you imagine this as scenarios. That is called as PMI mindset. Nothing memorizing, nothing mugging up by stories. Yeah. All right, that's a good job from most of you. So, what could be the good answer? Obviously, the area covered here is about the project deliverables and benefit, value. This is one of your exam content outline. I would say read those things from your books. And the answer goes towards D. Let's see why D is a good answer now. When a new project manager joins a project and finds an incomplete business case, the immediate solution is determine. This is important. What information is needed to understand what the business wants and needs from the project? So, what's the sense? What the business wants, needs from the project. I'll be so much surprised if without this a business case is prepared, which means the previous manager has not done the job properly, or before even business case completed, this manager started the evaluation. Either of the place something has went wrong. So we have to look at the process improvement also. This process improvement falls under another category called as governance framework. Do anyone remember governance in the subject? There is something called governance. Have you heard about it?
In real time corporate, we will call it as a governance call. Uh,
Mhm.
we will do the governance call every 15 days wise if the project moves in a different direction.
That's nice. You're doing it. In a project management, in the books also, you will see there is something called project governance framework. What is a governance? Governance is everywhere. In your country where you live, there is a governance. The city where you live, there is a governance. The municipality where you live, there is a governance. If you go to your company, there is a governance. Governance is created by some steering committee set of people. How a project will be selected, how a project will be monitored or done, how a project will be evaluated, some set of norms created in every company. If not, we don't know how the projects are coming in, how it's going out. It will be so haphazard. So you need a proper structure. Set of rules and norms are written by the company. So if a business case is incomplete and it is going to start the project, which means the governance is not clear. Check mark, tick, 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 it's not clear. So we have to look into that angle also. But Shri, for one line question, we have to think this much. Since we are talking all the subject today, I'm bringing it out. But not all you will think at the same time. But if you're a smart person on reading the books, you have to think in these directions also. So chances are you may start seeing the better view in the exam hall. Yeah. All right. Was it a good question? You learned something?